Coming up on Mountain News this morning, officials are left with questions after a teen crashed into the Knox County courthouse. Plus, the Kentucky Blood Center says the recent winter weather hindered donations as officials say they are reaching new lows for blood supplies.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Madison Carmouche. We're inching up to that 5 o'clock mark and today is January 15th. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, it's still cold. I actually slipped a little bit on the way out the door. I think there's some more of that refreezing.
Yeah, that's definitely in store for today. You could see some refreezing. I hope you're okay. You didn't slip too hard this morning. But yeah, refreezing is definitely in the forecast for today. We had those warmer temperatures yesterday and the sunny skies, but then we're back down today. We're seeing those freezing temperatures overnight, leading to some ice. Now, if you don't believe me, we do have a cold weather advisory just outside of our area to the east of Buchanan County, Virginia. Now, that's not in our area just today, but those current temperatures are definitely very cold. We are looking in the low teens for most of the area, and those feels like temperatures are even colder this morning because of the wind chill. But as you're heading into the afternoon, we'll be warming up a little bit, staying below freezing for most cities in our area, with the exception of Middlesboro and Jacksboro above that freezing mark today. Now, you're not going to worry about fog this morning, so just make sure you're definitely warming up your car before you head out on the road, and you won't have to worry about precipitation either. Looking nice and clear today, and we should have sunny skies into the afternoon hours. Madison.
All right, Megan, thank you. A teenager was killed early yesterday morning, the result of a crash at a courthouse. It happened in Barberville when a car hit the front of the Knox County courthouse. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more about the investigation into what took place.
Our dispatch center heard a loud explosion.
A deputy then discovered a tragic scene. A young man with serious injuries after the car that he was driving crashed into the front of the courthouse. That 17-year-old driver later died at a local hospital.
At this time, it's still under investigation. We're still investigating it. Don't really have if there's a motive or failure with the vehicle or anything like that at this time.
The crash took out one of the courthouse's 4 columns. Engineers were looking at the stability of the building.
All the courthouse is open. All the offices were functioning out of the back entrance where we're standing now.
As part of this investigation, police will try to figure out what the circumstances were surrounding the collision. I am told that this young man was a student within the Knox County school system, but more recently he had been homeschooled. No other vehicles were involved, but police are reviewing surveillance video that captured the crash to get a better idea of what happened. They say a situation like this is rare.
I mean, we've had a couple vehicles crash here, a couple different times, but nothing like this severe.
Police say they can't say how fast the car was going, but they say it was going at a high rate of speed. In Knox County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Police are not releasing the name of the 17-year-old because he is a minor. Cockfighting in Kentucky is raising concerns about the spread of bird flu. Experts say the illegal practice threatens Kentucky's poultry industry and could impact people and pets. Large gatherings of birds during events like cockfights increase the risk of spreading the virus. One veterinarian says folks should be cautious around birds, especially if they are dead or sick.
If you have birds that you're keeping and you're finding them dead and they've not been showing signs of being sick and you don't know what's going on with them, then you need to be suspicious of that and be careful with how you handle and what contact you have with those birds.
Experts say the virus is also contributing to higher egg and turkey prices, costing consumers billions. If you see a sick or dead bird, report it to the Department of Fish and Wildlife. The winter weather has had an impact on blood donations. The Kentucky Blood Center says they lost at least 800 donations last week and even more this week due to mobile drive cancellations and low donor turnout. There was already a lull because of the holidays. Now they say they reached a new low for many blood types. They are asking that with a break in the winter weather, come donate because you never know when you or someone you love will need blood.
One bad collection day can really put our hospitals at risk, and so think about now that we're on like day 7 of cancellations and weather and people not coming out, and it definitely like puts us in a bind. So we're kind of doing everything we can right now to get donors motivated to come out.
Right now, they are especially low on O negative and A negative types. To donate, you can go to one of KBC's 8 donor centers or go to their website to find a public mobile drive opportunity near you. Temperatures were back in the deep freeze overnight, but many people took advantage of the slightly warmer weather earlier in the week and headed to the car wash. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino spoke to a body shop owner about the dangers road salt poses to your vehicle.
Salt on the road during winter storms help to prevent car crashes, but what you may overlook is the possible damage it can do to your car. Amos Walker with Walker's Body and Frame Shop says issues with your car may not be things you can see.
You know, all that exposed metal and nooks and crannies that typically don't get washed, and when the salt lays in there, it's very corrosive and it will start to eat and rust.
Walker says drivers may worry about their body paint, but it is more important to wash the underneath of the car after a snow event.
You know, the salt's gone and the roads are dried back up, is to have your car washed, spray up and under it really good.
A good alternative to spraying it yourself would be taking it to a car wash, like Big Kahuna in Hazard.
Employees of Big Kahuna Car Wash say that they see an increase of drivers such as these folks right here who come to get their car washed to reduce the risk of salt piling up under their vehicles and creating rust.
Workers say they saw more than 200 vehicles come through since temperatures went above freezing. Customer Jesse Eversole says taking care of his vehicle is what keeps it rolling.
Oh God, it's been through 12 winters with me, but this is a 2000, so this vehicle is 25-year-old.
Eversole says he knows the importance of taking care of his car because he has experienced salt damage in the past. In Hazard, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
Walker says as icicles melt, you can protect your car by placing a blanket on the windshield. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we return, fires continue to leave ruins behind in California as people wonder how the fire was able to spread so quickly.
And temperatures in eastern Kentucky this morning will be well below normal. I'll have more information up next.